Dubai is the world's biggest marketplace for gold trading. Over time, it's had to work hard on its reputation against ongoing concerns that the precious metal has been coming through its refiners and trading floors without proper checks demanded by the United Nations and others to ensure it hasn't come from war zones in Africa. And that's why this man's testimony matters. Amjad Rehan was in charge of an audit team for Ernst and Young, whose client is one of Dubai's largest gold refiners.
My team was given the job to audit the gold refiners in Dubai against the Dubai-based regulator guidelines and the UK-based regulators guidelines to ensure that they do not process or trade conflict gold.
He claims they were told large quantities of gold were being traded in cash. That set off one alarm bell.
One of the refiners was dealing with cash transactions of over than 5.2 billion US dollars in 1 year.
That struck you as odd, did it?
It's very odd. You're dealing with a substance that the whole world is saying we need a traceability. And once you use cash, you just cut that traceability. In a city like Dubai, where you find lots of banks and it's known for its banking system, there is no reason, no justification for coming in with big amounts of gold and then walking out with suitcases full of cash.
And he says his team discovered that large amounts of gold had been shipped in from Morocco, painted silver, to get around customs regulations.
My team was at the gold souk where this refiner has an outlet, and the owner was showing them how they receive gold. He was challenging my team, saying, "What do you think this is?" And the team looked and they said silver. There were about 75 kilograms of bars coated silver. So the team looked at it and they said, "No, this is silver." So he smiled and said, "No, this is not silver." He scratched, and it's a very thin coat. And they said,
"What was it, paint? Silver paint?"
It's a silver paint, very thin coat of silver.
All this was written up in Ernst and Young's interim audit of the refiner, which was deemed non-compliant with several key regulations. But the refiner's own report, which acknowledges some of these failings, wasn't ever published. The watchdog group Global Witness says that should have happened.
This is about conflict gold, about checks that the refiner should have been carrying out on its supply chain to make sure that gold from places like Congo and Sudan wasn't getting into international markets. So it's of huge importance that the audit, which is supposed to provide an independent check to make sure that these things are happening properly, saw the light of day. And in this instance, it didn't.
Global Witness claims to have evidence of a trail linking gold mined in conflict zones in Congo to suppliers trading through Dubai, though the evidence of conflict gold actually being sold is inconclusive. Both the regulator in Dubai and the refining company say they've made changes to their guidelines to toughen up audit procedures and improve transparency. What isn't denied is that trading practices were going on in recent months, which at best could be described as peculiar. Laurence, Al Jazeera, London.